Welcome to the Jolt Creativity Pregame Show. Jolt Creativity. Destroy the lie.
Welcome everybody to Saturday Night Futsal here in the FCS, and what a heavyweight clash we have tonight as Ginga FS finding themselves at a grueling homestand of fire, if you will, hosting the league's top two teams back-to-back this weekend. Last night, Ginga losing 4-1 to Shoreline, and boy did they need big points tonight against this undefeated Ole Futsal side. They have entered this season as the gold standard of the FCS, and that value's only increased. Still undefeated, perfect 6-0, and they have a target on their back that Jingga are aiming to hit. And the game is indeed underway here at the Elite Athletic Sports Complex as we see the first press of the match. And just like that, the first goal goes over to Jingga. That's exactly what they needed. And that's exactly what the doctor ordered. As we see Bukai Minami cleaning up the mess and just burying it. And they needed a big goal early on. And a fast start is exactly what they needed, and that's exactly what they have. 1-0 so far, Jingga. So pretty much just about a minute to get the ball rolling, and that's what the FCS is all about. Big goals, big saves, amazing moves. And we certainly know that's not going to be the last of it tonight. Coming into this match in second place as they now break out with a breakaway opportunity and sliding out with the double foot in a follow-up shot, just not hitting the target. And as we were saying earlier, Ole coming into the match in second place. A win tonight would put them into the top position, just ahead of Shoreline, who were able to get those 3 points against Jingga last night. And if Ole can do it, they'll also have 2 games in hand, or one after Shoreline's victory last night. And they'll be in prime position, whereas Jingga, currently in 5th place, only 6 teams make the FCS playoffs that are just creeping around the corner, culminating in the championship down in Lansing City at the end of March. You can definitely make sure to attend that live. We have the FCS Futures, the women's and the men's. It is going to be a futsal festival like no other in the United States. And that'll be the weekend of March 28th over in Lansing, Michigan. But in order to get there, Jingga are going to need to do something tonight. Currently 5th, ahead of Chicago, who finished their season with 9 points, but the goal difference, a real big factor. Chicago finishing their season. Jingga, this is their 9th game of the FCS season. But hiding in that number 7 spot, looking to get up, is Midwest United. Have only played 6 games this season with 7 points. And if Jingga win tonight, That'll take a little bit of a cushion of 5 points ahead. As we see the goal scorer, Minami back onto the court, the number 14 in the center of your screen, now making the transition with Riley McKenzie, the unmistakable and marketable Fro. Ginga rotating across the board. Now starting to come out of their zone. Only 7 out-court players on the Ginga roster tonight. Ginga hoping that they can take advantage. And Minami leading forth with the attack. The ball going out of bounds. Ginga taking over. Take a look at the last 4 games that Ginga played. 2-2. Really should have been able to take points against Shoreline, but Shoreline really doing a solid job in neutralizing the Ginga attack en route to that 4-1 victory last night. As we see the corner and a poorly taken one. Ginga can't give up too many of those, especially when you have the likes that Ole possessed, including that man Marcus Real. Real calmly bringing it back over to the captain. Decent pressing from Ginga. That'll be the first accumulated foul of the match going against Ginga. And we know this is the fastest growing team sport on the planet, so if you are relatively fresh to futsal, each team receives 5 accumulated fouls per half, with each subsequent foul conceded resulting in a 10-meter unopposed penalty on the keeper. They call it a free kick technically in the laws of the game, but we all know it's a penalty when you're just taking a shot direct on the keeper. And speaking of keepers, here's the man from Ole getting the start tonight. Very deep goalkeeping duel between Andres Montez and Frankie Mendoza. But that man on goal, Corey Weisenhunt, wearing the number 88 a la Eric Lindros. For those of you youngsters, Google it. Weisenhunt taking on the man in the iron mask. No, that's not Leonardo DiCaprio. That's Andres Montez in goal. Great save by Weisenhunt, resulting now in a corner for Ole. Fabian Rodriguez and Juan Galindo looking for his team to even things up. fooling anybody. So we'll take a look at the coaching staff over at Ole. Rodriguez and Galindo doing a great job with the club so far. Undefeated. And Ginga so far with a 1-0 lead, looking to crack that nut. Now with the attacking keeper. Sitting atop of that pentagon is Johan Vasquez. To be called rather easily against Aaron Gamez. That'll be Ole's first accumulative foul of the half. Orhan Reyman bringing the ball back in action. Finding his pivot just around the top of the crease. Jingga pressing high into Ole's zone, and it's paying off with a couple of turnovers already. Something we didn't see too much of last night against Shoreline. Oh, and a key opportunity, but not able to handle it on the first touch was Orhan Reyman. Ginga now deep, trying to find some space, but running out of real estate. Miscue intended for, I think it was Gamez over the corner, not getting the pass that he needed. You see Manami, the lone goal scorer in the match so far, signaling for his guys to go deep. And seeing that 3-1 easily was Aaron Gamez. Now with the extra attacker. Using him with a little overhand lob pass. Now double teamed. Pass not getting high enough, but Ginga still pressing. The intended pass from Forcada to Mendez. not able to hit the mark, and we have a live score update. As Lansing up heavily, 6-1 against Innovation City in the second half. Lansing City looking to make a statement of intent, currently sitting in fourth, just 3 points ahead of Jingga. And they're fighting Detroit Imperial for that third spot. Number 3 and 4 in the standings will host the first round of the playoffs. As we see a beautiful goal by Ole, and Gomez with an absolutely beautiful pass. And the finish was super delicious. And a great job to tap that home was Daniel Diaz. Aaron Gomez. This is going to be on the highlight reels on SportsCenter all week. Look at this. Boom. A little behind the front foot. Side touch. Fooling Weisenhunt and the rest of Ginga. And that's why this team has been undefeated. 1-1 here in Cincinnati. And while we are in the timeout break, gives us a little time to talk about some of our friends, and one of our best friends at the FCS is Ally Marketing. Anything marketing related that you need, Ally Marketing will always be there for you. Ally Marketing, let's be friends. You gotta love that Ally Marketing logo with the fist bump. And we saw a few fist bumps on the bench of Ole as they tied it up with an absolutely beautiful goal. And you certainly know that's going to be talked about this Thursday on the third half, the official show of the Futsal Champions Series. And just like every match of the FCS, the third half is available for free on the official FCS YouTube channel. That's 8 p.m. Eastern Thursday. Do not miss it. It is the best futsal show in the United States. And that comes on Thursday. And after this weekend's matches, with all the playoff implications, you know it's going to be a hot show this week. As the action now getting back underway with Weisenhunt looking for the long-range pass over to the trusted Nick Rumasek. Rumasek with 6 points on the season. All of his points are goals. Leads Ginga with 6. That comes from 43 shots. Ginga taking over and rushing that a little bit too fast was Reman. Had a lot of options and instead tried to rush it, and now Ole will take over. Intended for Riley, easily and calmly handled by Marcos Real. The winger is a very versatile player defensively and offensively. Having a good start so far tonight. Working so calmly together with Real. Now we see Jose Crawford coming into the match. So we take a look at the goal score. Team goal leaders tied for fourth. 8 goals a pop, Daniel Diaz and Cesar Alayo Guerrero. Romero coming into the match with 12 points, Diaz with 11. Two pivotal pieces of the Ole juggernaut. Ginga looked to come out of the zone. The man with the headband, none other than Wes Rasdorf. That is an accumulated foul called on Rasdorf.
Confirmed yellow card.
And Ole slowly coming out of their zone, notorious for taking their time and exploiting defenses throughout the league. Nobody has been able to crack the Ole code so far. As Yair Real bringing the ball at the top with Johan Vasquez, number 5 in the center of your screen. He's been a trusted defender all season for Ole. Attacking keeper option utilized again by Ole. Taking a deflection for a corner with 7.5 remaining here in the opening frame. 1-1 is the score. Both teams also tied at 2 with the fouls. And it's remarkable to look at Jingga with only 1 yellow card with their starting 14. Oh, and the second goal just sneaks in, beating Weisenhunt. And Ole take a 2-1 lead in front of their raucous home crowd here in Cincinnati. We'll take another look at that. And was that another sliding back-footed goal? Oh my God, it was. Another mastercraft. And just like that, 2 beautiful goals. Cool and calm as it gets. We talked about the first one that they scored going in to the highlight reels, and the second one, courtesy of Daniel Diaz. And Jingga are going to have to tighten up that ship real quick, because that's the second goal that they've allowed. And it's not going to be easy to get past this defense. Only 17 goals conceded coming into the match tonight from their 6 games. And to put that in perspective, that is literally less than half than the next, which is between Shoreline and Detroit, who've only conceded 36 on the season. Good battle won. As Ole now picking it up. To support his man. is Gomez. With that 3-1 breakout. Resetting with that inbounds pass. Solid battle won by Jingga. Coming on the transition, the shot. Not able to hit the net at all, and easily picked up by the keeper. Appeared to win that ball, but Ginga were able to really quickly pick that back up and retain possession. Taking the shot. The keeper screened, but able to keep that ball out. Ginga now pressing again. Forcada back onto the court. Rumasek and Forcada trying to find some open space through the crease, but not able to connect with anybody. It's been a close affair so far. And an inbounds pass infraction against Ole, something very uncharacteristic. Now turning the ball over to Jingga. As Weisenhunt now coming out of his goal to help with the Jingga attack and see what they can do to press Ole. Weisenhunt looking to reset after last night's 4-1 loss against Shoreline. He's going to be on point tonight against this clinical Ole attack that has averaged just slightly over 8 goals per game. 2 so far tonight. As you can see, now bringing in the attacking keeper. Again, it's a small roster tonight, only 9 on the roster, including 2 keepers. And of course, that's Montez and Mendoza, who've played in 6 of the games this season. Mendoza getting all 6 victories on the score sheet, despite only played 20 minutes more than Montez. And 3-1, it is Ole with an absolute blast. All 3 goals of high quality and a beautiful left-footed shot by who else? Marcos Real gets his 3rd goal of the season, and it is a big one as it gives Ole a little bit of breathing space here in the opening half, up 3-1 in front of their home crowd. A brilliant finish by the winger. It's his 5th game of the season. Ginga need to get some answers. And a valiant attempt on goal courtesy of Raymond. Denied by the keeper, and it'll be a corner now for Ginga. Ginga pressing. What an opportunity it might have been there for Termanini. As we see McKenzie coming up. Put too much pepper on that pass that was intended for Raymond. Could have had an opportunity to cut the deficit down to 1. And Raymond will take the inbounds. Weisenhunt out of his goal. Loves to get in on the action, but again, an errant pass resulting in a turnover in favor of Ole. And we got the timeout. Both teams utilizing their timeouts. And as we talked about earlier, this Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern, that's 7 Central Time, the third half, the official show of the Futsal Champions Series. Make sure you watch the third half this Thursday, live at 8 p.m., completely free on the FCS YouTube channel. Do not miss it. If you love futsal, if you want to learn more about futsal, and especially everything that's going on here in the Futsal Champions Series on the march to the playoffs, you got to check out the third half this Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern, only on the FCS YouTube channel. The action just about to get back underway. 3-1 Ole. With just under 2 minutes remaining here in the opening half. Again, Ole win tonight, and they move ahead of Shoreline City. And that would be a 2-point lead with a game in hand. As the referee making the stoppage in play. And a yellow card. And that's probably an illegal sub. There's a 5-meter space in between each bench in which a player needs to come off first and take the penny out of the hand of the player coming on in order for it to be a legal substitution. And in that case, Ole just miscalculated, and it's the first caution of the match. And with the reduced roster, particularly how they have been utilizing that attacker, they're going to want to be a little more stringent on how they handle it. And Weisenhunt coming out and getting caught out of his goal, but appears to hit the ceiling, and it'll be blown in. Jingga have allowed 1 open net goal, and that came last night versus Shoreline. And they're going to be super cautious about trying to get Corey Weisenhunt to come out there. Weisenhunt loves to get in on the action. But when you have the likes of Daniel Diaz and Cesar Guerrero and Marcos Real, if you get caught with that open net, this is a team that will take full advantage of it each and every single time. As we see Weisenhunt pressed. Desperately looking to cut the deficit down to 1. You see this tight square by Ole. Good job by the keeper to come out and prevent any damage. Ole with a plus 32 goal difference. Absolutely stunning stuff. Miscue, still resulting in possession for Jingga. Jingga looking to reset in their zone. As the coach player, Matsushima, coming into the match. As you'll see, the Japanese star wearing the number 5 for Jingga. There he is. Satoru Matsushima, longtime defender, beloved by the Cincinnati and Ohio futsal community, doing everything he can to bring the Ginga team back into this match. And they'll have a corner. Getting the pass off in time was Minami, the lone goal scorer for Jingga. Minami opting to bring it over to Matsushima. A solid job by Ole to neutralize that final attack, as we have the horn sounding for the halftime break. Ole Futsal Club doing exactly what they do best, as they take a 3-1 lead here at the end of the first half against a desperate Ginga side that cannot afford to drop points. And Satoru Matsushima will have to make the adjustments at half to get this team back into business. Only scoring once last night against Shoreline. Once against the best defense in the league in Ole. But they're going to need at least 2 more to get a draw. But they want full points. And it is going to be a wide open second half as we return shortly for the Saturday night main event here on Saturday Night Futsal in the FCS. Ole up 3-1. We'll be back shortly for the final 20 minutes.
They're currently down 2. Here's Hindich at the near post. She slots it in. What a placement.
Yeah, fantastic.
From number 9,
placement.
Medina Hindich. We take another look.
That's what,
wow.
You know, Ole has to be frustrated with the goalkeeping. I mean, he's going to be the best pivot in the league.
Best
pivot in the league.
Keep
Yeah,
it hostage.
you know, I mean, we really hadn't even talked about him yet today. So incredible on the ball. His ability to hold up play, his ability to allow the offense to run through him, his creativity, his ability to capture the ball and spin and shoot and score. It's just really one of the best in the league. I mean, him and Trezor Crispane, I think, are the best, the most solid traditional pivots that we have in the league.
Yeah.
I was pleasantly surprised with how we did. I feel like we did compete to the level that we could. I think you could definitely tell like our lack of experience. I think some of our goals were generally just some mistakes, and I think it's like a combination of nerves and just not, having the experience playing at the pace that we were playing. It's really fast, and I think if we tighten that up, like we could have, stayed.
Yeah.
Really like there with them, which is cool. I think for our first game, especially going against a team like Ole, I was really proud of the way we played.
Yeah. Taking things inside towards the left. With Madison McCarthy. And they get it into the back of the net. That was Jenna Lee, number 4.
Great build-up play right here from Lansing City just to continue to work it in. Jenna Lee made a fantastic play. You want to make that pass to the back foot and really give your teammate an opportunity just to slide it home first time, but Aldama was not able to handle it.
Midwest are able to work it up. How about this back post? A pretty goal. Raul Montañez doubles the lead.
Look, Aldama could not handle the pass to put it away himself, so he said, you know what, Montañez, I'm going to give it back to you, Raul. With a little back heel flick, just roll over, give it back to him. Montañez.
You're watching the Futsal Champions Series on FCS Live.
The attack.
Kleppel now with it. Space inside. Shot. He finds the back of the net. Lansing City up by 1.
We haven't said it yet this season, but what a rocket from Jeremy Kleppel across.
Lyle turning his back, trying to get in front of it and also protect himself as Kleppel finds the side net and gives Lansing.
Committing a crime so you can try to escape from prison. Bad idea. Go into the pod escape room to play an escape game with your friends. Great idea. Test your skill as an astronaut in outer space. Find Santa in Save Christmas. Or take a vacation to an abandoned island. Just don't get stuck there. The Pod Escape Room. Learn more at thepodlansing.com.
Nice run out of here at Lansing City. Oh, excellent play. Lansing City with a goal. We were just talking about Ole's ability to make the extra pass, and wouldn't you know it, Lansing City does the same exact thing.
Just a comment about Ginga, another reason why the story is different this year for Lansing City is Jinga's team looked a lot better on the road than it did last year.
They did, yeah, they looked a lot better, and that's the part for me that I start to wonder about is some of these tactical decisions, because they have the effort, they're getting more talented players like Ewal Bagassi. He looked like a really strong player, and he's new to futsal as well. Shota Takabarake, he continues to have an impact every time he comes out.
Keeper play was good.
Yeah, keeper play
Jason
was
Clemson. Like, if I'm a fan of Midwest and I watch that game, and we have what I would be, in my opinion, one of the best keepers in the league, and he's not playing the second half.
And to Marco, what we saw, he gave up 6 goals. Lucario was in there for 20 minutes. First half, didn't give up any. And so, that's a huge disparity.
You're watching the Futsal Champions Series on FCS Live.
Sliding tackle, and if Montez saved that, outstanding effort as well.
Kansas City in the attack, moving it. Blanco, did he make it? He did, says the referee. Goal number 4 for Lansing City. They pull ahead.
It was a pass to Blanco.
Yeah, Blanco
got it.
Yeah, Blanco touched it. Did you hear me say Blanco puts it away? That's all right. It hit the inside back post. For Lansing City, they're the new pieces that looked promising in the Ginga game. Alec Nas, Alessandro Blanco, Ali Ahmed, Benny Alashari, Beto Espinal, the new players, and the growth of Jack Fisher, Drew Barney, physically and just in the game. Addition of Diego Bobadilla, we didn't see him in the last game, but I expect to see him here. I think that promising play from Ethan Castaneda, that is going to face a true test here. I mean, it will. You could say it's the ultimate test. Perhaps the ultimate test would be Ole away, maybe. But obviously you're playing the best team in the league that has shown that. So it's kind of like what is the state of these promising pieces for Lansing City and maturity? What is the state of that? And I just have to mention before we move on here, that game was so amazing. You know how many players under the age of 20 were part of it?
A lot.
Oh my goodness.
A lot of them.
Ethan Castaneda, there's been times where something that he does in the game is exposed, or mistakes and things like that. He was amazing in this game. Last week against Jingga he was, and in this game he played really well, and I think the things that Lansing City have been investing in are starting to pay off. Gomez putting heavy pressure on. And here he is. He finishes. Ole go up by 1.
And when you think about the addition of Daniel De Leon and what he means to this team, we told you that he was the assist leader last season. The goal. Outstanding effort from De Leon to create that. Really good positioning and understanding.
You're watching the Futsal Champions Series on FCS Live.
second half here in Cincinnati, Ohio. Ginga down 3-1. Oh, a critical giveaway. See Jingga tap home the mistake and cut the deficit down to 1. And his second of the night, Kokai Minami slotting home the mistake forced by the high pressure. And that's something they tell you in Futsal 101. Never, ever put the ball loosely in front of the crease like that. And Minami bringing Jingga now within 1. Jingga scoring pretty much in the first minute of the first half. And needing mere seconds in the second. And we have ourselves a tight game now. Ole pressing now. Oh, a chance going through the crease. Not finding anybody, but Ole using the extra attacking keeper, as you see in the top right of your screen. Gonna force Jingga to be on their heels, and the shot going over the bar. And Weisenhunt will have the inbounds throw. As we take a look at Kokai Minami. 5 goals in 4 games for the defender of Jingga. That's 4 Japanese internationals for Jingga on this roster. And Jingga picked up now, wide open in front. Oh! And just staying out. Oh, a critical opportunity to tie the game. As the inbounds pass from Forcada, not able to be capitalized on. We'll take another look. And boom, hit in the crossbar. Can't believe he missed that wide open net. Will that come back to haunt Jingga? Goals aren't easy to come by against Ole. Only 19 conceded on the season for the red and black. And a sigh of relief from Fabian Rodriguez. And Jair Real giving up the ball. It's a 3v1. Can they capitalize again? Oh! And Forcada missing the pass. Another opportunity by Jingga missed. And that was their Achilles heel last night against Shoreline in the 4-1 loss. Currently down 3-2 here. Solid slide by the man with a pair of goals. Daniel Diaz, the big number 4. Allowing Ole to reset their defense. And a good battle at the top of the crease. Very physical play as we see Forcada going down. And the referee is going to have some words with the players in question. It was a good battle at the top of the crease, but too much hands between Forcada and Jair Real. So we see another look at that foul. Jingga desperately looking to put up another. Only one team has tied Ole in their opening 2 campaigns here in the FCS. It would be a big point for Ginga, but they want full points, especially in front of their home crowd. Forcada working along that right flank. Come off to take a rest. As we take a look, Fabian Rodriguez, the head coach of Ole, can't be happy with what he's seeing in the opening couple of minutes here in the second half. A couple critical defensive errors. And look at that record. Rodriguez, 19 wins, 1 draw in 20 matches all time in the FCS. The most successful coach in the history of the league. As we take a look at Andres Montez, the goalkeeper. Nursing that injured nose. The man is a hard goalkeeper to beat. Doesn't matter what kind of injury faces him, he's a warrior in goal. Coming into the match, he had 47 saves with a .839 save percentage. And both him and Frankie Mendoza having a great season yet again for Ole, who press now into Jinga's territory. The missed slide and forcing him to go down again and taking the left shot is Jair Real. Would have been an absolute golazo had he been able to hit the back of the net. As we take a look at one of the 2 Real brothers tonight in the Ole lineup. And another left-footed shot easily saved by Weisenhunt, who distributes. As we see Yahiro coming into it. Tsubasa Yahiro has 3 goals on the campaign for Ginga. Would love to get one tonight. And Ole will get the corner as we see Cesar Guerrero. And the Ginga bench tense, resting, desperately looking to tie this up. And the attacking keeper now coming out for Ole. That net is wide open. If Ginga are able to neutralize this and pop it over with a nice arch, it'll certainly give the hosts a boost. As we see Raymond, the number 7, and Corey Weisenhunt, the keeper. Shot low, hitting the bottom of the feet of Weisenhunt, and it'll be a 3rd straight corner for Ole. And the inbounds almost finding Gamez, but Ginga now on the attack. And that'll be an accumulated foul surely against Gamez. And that 2v1, that's a good foul to take from Aaron Gomez. Because if that pass had gone off the foot of Minami to his fellow attacker, it could have been a real dangerous situation. And now, a free kick opportunity for Jingga with 15:09 remaining in the match. Ole up 3-2. And that's the second accumulated foul of the half for Ole. And can Jingga pull a dead ball trick out of the hat? And they cannot do anything with that. We're a quarter of the way into the second half. And solid defense by Ole, getting right into the faces of the Ginga players, characteristic of Rodriguez's style and demands. And it's paid dividends for them in the 2 seasons in the FCS, and they are holding off a surging Ginga right now, but for how long? Ole again with only 7 out-court players, 2 goalkeepers. Will fatigue play a factor as this game goes on? Just able to prevent damage is Montez. As Raymond puts the ball into the center, intended for Guinevard. Can't handle it. And it'll be Gomez. Guinevard. Now coming as we see the scoop pass intended for Rayman. And that man right there, Nick Rumasek. A big part of this Ginga side. 6 goals on the season for the pivot. Oh, and a wide open opportunity for Raymond. Not able to get a lot of power on it and easily handled by Montez. And that's the 4th goal-scoring opportunity Ginga have had that they have missed. And it's not often they get that. And Jorge Guinevard desperately looking to get his team even with this undefeated Ole side. As the timeout taken by Rodriguez. We see what adjustments can be made. And if you need adjustments in your marketing and you want to take your business up a few notches, there's only one group you need to call, and that is your friend at Ally Marketing. For all your marketing needs, Ally Marketing is there for you. Let's be friends. Ally Marketing, a proud sponsor and partner here of the Futsal Champions Series. And Jingga have played much better tonight than they did against Shoreline. It was tight until the end last night. And they got to be able to make sure they're capitalizing, as we see the fans here in Cincinnati, the Ginga faithful, looking to give them something more to cheer about. A tie would really give them the edge, just ahead of Chicago House, who have finished their season. Both teams on 9 points. Ginga would move into 5th, but they want that win, as they would go even with Lansing City on points. A goal difference in favor of Lansing. And a solid run, but running out of bounds. But still retaining possession is Ole with a 2v1, and the shot, oh, going wide left of the goal. As an effort by Crawford Jr. No, not Terrence, the legendary boxer. And the pass by Jingga, going out of bounds, and Jair Real will come to take the inbounds, as we see Tsubasa Yahiro coming off of the bench, looking to give a boost. He's a very speedy winger. Playing his futsal developed in Japan, and now applying his trade here in the United States. Ginga pressed forward with the shot. Looked like it took a save from Montez's right foot. And no harm coming off that attack, as Montez just at the top of the crease, able to pick up and reset is Ole. And not able to beat Termanini. And Ginga takes over with the Yamazaki and McKenzie coming into the match. For Ginga, fresh legs across. Oh, and a complete misjudgment by Yamazaki, resulting now in Ole going deep into Ginga territory. And the referee had judged that to be out of bounds. And Marcos Real had a fantastic first half. A beautiful pass finding Diaz. And that scintillating highlight opening goal for Ole. And he'd love to put the final nail in the coffin for Ginga tonight if he can find Diaz, a man he knows all so well and works so incredibly with. And Ole with possession around center court, as the referee signaling for the 5 meters required from the inbounds. And Ole with the attacking keeper. And now press 5v4 again, Ginga. And Ole with the pass. Oh, and it sneaks in. And a critical goal on the 5v4 attack by Ole. Now double up their lead against Ginga. Ole up 4-2, and it's smiles all around for the red and black as the left-footed strike by the man we talked about just moments earlier, Marcos Real, with a banger. And that's going to suck the wind out of Ginga. And the hill gets a little bit larger for Ginga to climb as Rodriguez internally smiling. It's rare you see the smile on the head coach. He just demands so much of his team, and they have delivered for him in every single match in the history of their FCS appearances. Ole trying to force Ginga to make some mistakes. And Raymond turns it over. And still plenty of time for Ginga to get into this. But they had 4 critical opportunities in the opening 10 minutes of the half, and they just could not capitalize. The scoreline could certainly be different at this juncture had they been able to capitalize on that. But a lack of finishing cost them last night against Shoreline. Referee calling stoppage play as we see one of the Ole players taking a little bit of a bump. And we take a look at the fantastic stats tonight for Daniel Diaz. 2 goals, 2 assists tonight. Diaz came in with 8 goals from 6 matches. And he finally hits double digits tonight. Leads the team with 10. A monumental part of this Ole Futsal Club side. And they certainly have to be the favorites to win the FCS title. But still plenty of work to do tonight to hold off Ginga. And a chance now for Ole. They have the 3v2 thwarted. Oh, Ginga with a 2v1. Finds it, and they get their third. And a mistake by Ole defensively. See Ginga capitalize. And the hat-trick man, Kokai Minami, brings Ginga within 1. And the beautiful pass by Forcada, finding Minami again. They've worked oh so well together. And Minami giving the home crowd something to cheer for here in Cincy. And he'll earn a well-deserved break, but that won't be the last we see of Ginga's number 11. And it's remarkable because he's only had 2 goals all season from his 2 games. Scoring 3 tonight so far. Now moves into second place on Ginga's top goal scorers chart. But Ole pressing now with the extra attacker. And they were successful to score their 4th in the same format. And forcing the pass outside was Haya Real. And Weisenhunt finding his pivot. And a valiant attempt by Tsubasa Yahiro to try and beat his defender. Ooh, and not able to keep it in is Rasdorf. Oh, big shot, big stop by Weisenhunt, the second one, and the third rebound buried in the back of the net, and Ole Futsal Club, as we see the fist pump, take a 2-goal lead once again. And Ole were confident. We saw how close Rasdorf was to the inbounds pass. The first shot, second, stopped. Marcos Real with 2 attempts, but cleaning up on that final rebound is Aaron Gomez. He's had a solid game for Grand Rapids. And with just slightly over 8 minutes remaining, can Jingga get back into this? An accumulated foul called against Raylan. That'll be the third of the half. In fact, that one is actually going against Ole. Raymond was shoved by the errant arm of the Ole winger. And now, a dead ball attempt. The long-range effort by Montez. Intercepted by Matsushima, the experienced defender, player coach for Ginga. And a hard battle between Diaz and Rumasek. No foul called. And the action getting intense, as we know it always is on Saturday Night Futsal in the Futsal Champions Series. And a beautiful underhand pass. Finds his man alone at a leaping stop by Weisenhunt. And that was a great save as Cesar Guerrero forcing Weisenhunt to make an acrobatic stop. Double palmed. And Ole now with the corner. They're going to need all they can out of Weisenhunt. Coming into the match with 54 saves is the number 88 in goal. And you wonder if Ginga are able to intercept one of these passes and find the open net and cut this deficit down to 1. It'll really put some wind back in their sails. As we see the league standings, Ole coming into this match in second place, undefeated with 6 wins. And Ginga, number 5. Only the top 6 make the playoffs. Chicago have finished their season. And while still not technically in the playoffs, Ginga are on the brink. If they can take a point tonight, that certainly will do it for them. If they get the win, they will clinch. And finding the open net, Weisenhunt coming out and being penalized as Ole capitalize and now are doubling up their lead 6-3 as we see that ball trickle in the bottom left corner. And a critical mistake in setting up the 5v4 attack. And it's all smiles on the Ole bench, and why not? They look close to being on their way to moving ahead of Shoreline City for first place here in the FCS. And a fantastic match for Daniel Diaz. That's his third goal of the night, along with 2 assists. Involved in 5 out of the 6 Ole goals, showcasing why he's one of the best players in all of the FCS. The tall winger. That takes him up to 16 points on the season. And that moves Diaz into a 4-way tie for the league lead in goals, only behind Jack Fisher, the defender from Lansing. And Diaz now finding himself along with Alex Mendez, Aldany Mendez, and Jeremy Kleppel. And as we get ready for the timeout by Fabian Rodriguez, a final reminder to watch the third half, the official show of the FCS, every Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 7 Central. And it is going to be a hot show this week with all of the big games this week with heavy playoff implications. And we're still in the middle of ours right now with 5.5 minutes remaining. Ginga down by 3. And they're going to need to throw everything, including the kitchen sink, if they are going to penetrate this Ole Futsal goal. And those missed mistakes in the first 5 minutes of this half have really hurt Ginga. They could have had the lead, and maybe even then some. Ginga now on the 5v4 attack, but it's an open net, and not able to connect on that shot was Andres Montez. And it's risky business when you pull your goalkeeper, but desperate times, desperate measures. And Ginga truly desperate to do everything they can to try and take something and salvage something from this match. Even though they are ahead of Chicago in the standings, Midwest United still in it, and technically Innovation City still in it as well, but a goal difference is going to hurt Innovation's improbable chances as we see Ginga on the attack. And the slide tackle, a well-timed one by Guinevard. No foul called. And Ginga on the press. These referees letting them go at it. As the attempted side-footed pass by Guerrero going off of the foot of Raymond. A nice scoop pass. Handled by Raymond defensively as he now goes along the right flank. And Rumasek on the right side of your screen in yellow. Sitting on that far post, just looking for a pass. And Manami now on the court. 3 goals tonight. As Ginga will now have a corner with 3:52 remaining on the clock. And it's been a loud crowd here at the Elite Athletic Center. Ginga pressing. And Rumasek working well with Minami. You have to think they're going to have to bring in Forcada to team up with Minami. They've worked so well tonight, connecting on a couple of goals already, as we see the hat trick hero number 14 for Ginga. Would love to get a fourth. And Ginga pressing hard to try and get their fourth and cut this deficit down to 2. Running out of time on that clock. And less than 3 minutes remaining here in Cincinnati, Ohio. Oh, look at this play by Ole! Number 7. And who else but that man, the big one, Daniel Diaz, with his 4th of the night. And that whole play was set up absolutely beautifully, beating Weisenhunt and Matsushima. A brilliant, brilliant, and calm play by Jair Real, finding a sliding Diaz to tap home lucky number 7 for Ole. Diaz coming into the match with 11 points, gets 6 tonight, including 4 goals. If he doesn't win the Man of the Match award, they got to throw the award in the garbage because he's been scintillating all night for the Red and Black. That goal surely is going to be the dagger in the hearts of the Ginga faithful here in Cincy. That'll bring them to 9 games played for Ginga. This will be their 6th loss from 9 games, unless a miraculous comeback can happen, and it is futsal. We've seen some wild ones. Ooh, beautiful move along that flank from Diaz. This man's absolutely feeling it tonight. When he say that he's in the flow state, he's the governor. And Ole content to kill out this clock as the referee gonna have a chat. That's going to be an accumulated foul. Waiting to see what the referee team is going to say. And there's the man who has been on fire tonight. The right place at the right time. Daniel Diaz, 4 goals, 2 assists. And he is now the 2nd league leading scorer, as we talked about it earlier. Only 1 behind Jack Fisher, the young defender from Lansing City. And making a statement of intent tonight is Daniel Diaz. Couldn't have done it alone, though. He's had great help from Aaron Gomez, Marcos Real, and Jair Real. And we can't deny the efforts of Cesar Alayo Guerrero as well. And while we're waiting for action to get underway, the FCS upcoming games. And we have the FCS Women's Division tomorrow. Ole takes on Chicago tomorrow at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, 9 a.m. Central. The FCS, not just the men's division, it has the Women's Championship and, of course, the FCS Futures. And you can find everything on the official FCS website. You can watch every game for free on the YouTube channel, as well as we see Jingga not able to connect and put that out. If you want to learn more, you just have to go to futsalchampionsseries.com and check out the socials, Instagram, Facebook, and of course the YouTube channel with the best production in all of American futsal. As we see the dejected faces on the bench of Jingga. Great work by Ole to intercept that pass, but now Jingga with a chance. Oh, and the shot deflected. It'll go out for a corner. And not able to find his footing was Ramsey Termanini. The pivot, not able to connect on that left-footed shot. Appeared to have Montez leaning over to his right. And a wide open net. Oh, sees it just trickle inches past the left post. And Jinga's next and final game is March 7th, 2 p.m. versus Midwest United. That is going to be a pivotal game, as it is the last game of the season for Jingga. And Midwest, right now on 7 points, find themselves outside of the playoffs. But they do have 4 games remaining and available 12 points on the docket for Midwest. And that'll be a monumental match as we see Ole's next game, February the 28th, the final day of the month, 8 p.m. The Michigan Derby between Ole and Lansing City. And the horn sounds. And that is it, as Ole come in and shut the door on Jinga's hopes to move up the standings. And a brilliant performance in this second half as Ole started to calm down in the last 12 minutes or so in this second half. And a 4-goal performance by Daniel Diaz, who adds 2 assists as well. 6 points tonight out of 7 goals that Ole scored, resulting in a 7-3 victory for the Red and Black over the hosts. And the hosts now with back-to-back losses and as many nights left to wonder what could have been had they capitalized on some of those opportunities early in the second. And the win now sees Ole Futsal Club, after 7 games, moving into first place with 21 points, 2 ahead of Shoreline, and a game in hand. Ole looking well on their way to another undefeated season. Some words from Erhan Rehman to the Jingga fans who have to be disappointed in the 7-3 loss, but appreciate their team nevertheless. Cincinnati home to the Reds, the Bengals, and of course, Ginga Futsal. And we'll have one last look at the upcoming games here in the FCS. All games live on the YouTube channel tomorrow morning, 10 a.m. Eastern, 9 Central, live from Chicago, Illinois. It is going to be the Chicago House taking on Ole Futsal Club in FCS women's action, live here for free on the FCS YouTube channel. Do not miss it tomorrow morning. Grab yourself a cup of coffee, a couple of eggs into the pan along with whatever you like to add, and get ready for some of the best women's futsal action in the United States of America tomorrow morning. And tonight, it was Ole, led by a brilliant Daniel Diaz. 4 goals, 2 assists, en route to a 7-3 victory over Ginga. And on behalf of the entire production team and the Futsal Champions Series, I'm Chris Fernandez, and hope you enjoyed the main event here on Saturday Night Futsal in the FCS. Good night, and see you tomorrow.
We're ticking down to the final moments. Shoreline City trying to put something together. Aldoni Mendez, he's sealing off Hasevic's toe poke, finds the back of the net. Shoreline's up by 1 with a minute to play.
Wow, Aldoni Mendez just showing his intelligence to shield the ball, to not let Hasevic come through, and just to prevent, I mean, Hasevic is pulling at him, just to prevent any.
Ball being the rocket it is, that could cause some trouble tonight for Fabian Rodriguez in goal. And Shoreline, big time stop right off it, and the rebound buried in there. And Shoreline just continuing to lay it on thick